Good morning. My name is Nigel Chambers. I'm from Big Gold Belt Media. Titus, thank you so much for your time today. Congratulations on your new project, Exhibiting Forgiveness, which makes its way to theaters October 18th. How you feeling today, brother?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, good. Bright and early for my guy.
Yeah, man. But I'm happy to be here, man. I mean, it's such a blessing to be able to even have this opportunity. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely. And I would do it any day of the week for you because this was truly something we needed. But I really do gotta turn the spotlight back on you because this is a special project for you. Sure, feature-length debut. Some may call it a passion project, but I mean like this is personal to you here. This is a measure of vulnerability that the world doesn't always allow for black men.
Yeah.
And then beyond that, we're opening up conversations that we all know. We've
Yeah.
seen it, we felt it, we're dealing with it, and you decide to put it on display to start these conversations. First thing I want to ask you is about Andre and his performance because he's a fantastic actor, and what he represents with this character, Tarrell, at the end of the day, we have a black man who is breaking down emotionally on screen and going head first with this generational trauma. For you,
Yeah.
what does that mean? What does that represent? Talk to me how you kind of navigated this story with him.
This film is about generational healing. And the truth of the matter is, we don't get to that space of healing unless we are willing to deal with the past. For so long in our families, you know this, we all know this. Like because we're taught to respect our elders, we don't speak of the bad stuff. And so what happens is those victims in those circumstances essentially get told, just shove that down. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Forgive them so Jesus can forgive you. Forgive and forget. And when we do that whole forgive and forget routine, what we are telling people is that your pain doesn't matter.
Hmm.
That the thing that went wrong for you, you should pretend like that's not real. And we do damage to ourselves, we do damage to our families, we do damage to our communities when we move through space like that. It's utterly unacceptable. So what you see in this film is one man attempting to heal his family. Yeah, we go through some challenging things, but ultimately this film is about hope.
Powerful, powerful. I got to ask you about the art here, and as an artist yourself, and a declarated artist, shall I say? And now you soon to become a declarated screenwriter and director. Um, in the film, we see that Terrell has art that removes himself from the picture. I wonder if you can kind of add some commentary about what does that mean and what's that sort of symbolic for?
Yeah, so I'm a painter first, so I made all of the paintings in the film. The script writing process was a dual one where I was writing and making paintings. And so it came together in the film. They're not subtext. The paintings are a character themselves in the film. And so the painting that you're talking about specifically, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil it, but what I will say is in that painting represents the moment of trauma that he keeps replaying again, again, and again, and again in his head. And so there are these psychiatric processes a therapist might take you through they might say to you something like, I know you've been through some stuff. Let's go back to that moment. Let's talk about that moment. Who in that moment could have been there with you to save you, to protect you in that situation? And as that therapist is saying that to you, you might be thinking, oh, my mother would have saved me. My brother would have saved me. Or my adult self could have stepped into the situation, right? So that is symbolically what's happening in that moment of the film. Terrell is actually rescuing himself from that moment of trauma.
Man. Ooh, that's deep, my brother. I appreciate it. Really quickly, Audra is also an artist as well. She provides original music for it. What's the collaboration process with her?
Man, Andra is extraordinary. I mean, she came to set and she shot in the mornings, would go through the day, and then 2 o'clock in the morning would go to the studio and start recording. We had been talking the entire time about the film, about the symbolism in the film. And at one point, she got this analogy of the brick, and she was talking about how do you build a house when you haven't been given the bricks?
Mm.
And what do the bricks symbolize? And so, I went to the studio on the day that Jarek Bischoff, our composer, and Andrea were working on the song, and I walked in and we started talking. She went into the booth and man, She smashed it. It was unbelievable to be unbelievable to be present in that moment and watch her create this beautiful song that is a fundamental part of the film itself. And you watch it actually being created on screen.
Who's to say we're not a miracle? Choke me right up. Listen, my guy Titus, I really do appreciate the time and space today. And your film, Exhibiting Forgiveness, hits theaters October 18th. It's been a pleasure today to talk to you, brother. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Reconcile.